key myth that black liberals actually should know about. And this isn't, like, nah, 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 nah. There's nothing you could do, you're going to worship him, no, this is just because when you're told certain just myths that become key components of one's political view, worldview, it's something that you definitely got through public education for sure, and probably your college years. Revolutions come from the middle and upper middle, and they sort of put the lowest classes into chaos and then utilize them against their bosses, an upper class has amassed wealth, typically because the economics of a state have gotten to a point that's gone. It's going into that cycle. The money just simply keeps moving upward. Big bank keeps taking little bank, is like how E40 would have said it. 40 makes it happen. Anyway, so the myth that a lot of this comes from is the French Revolution, and it's not that. No, the French Revolution. If you read, there's a guy Terry Melanson, and he wrote a lot about the Illuminati. He wrote a book called The Perfectibilists, and that's the first name of the Illuminati Lodge, but it just didn't roll off the tongue. So this is like a lodge that ends up involving like Mozart's father, hence kind of the mystery and fearsomeness in the movie Amadeus around the father, because of his involvement in this order that had been banned in Bavaria, and because its papers had been discovered. So it's the whole reason why the Illuminati Lodge always has this kind of air of mystery about it is because there's no mystery about it. We learned everything about it. You can buy all of all this information that was the papers translated. Masons love translating this stuff because I find it so fascinating, because it's a big part of the history of revolutions. One of the things about it is the captured papers end up becoming something cited by various revolutionaries, say in Italy, and so with France, it was these things called reading clubs or book clubs. That these were things that were spreading ideas out of the intellectuals of Germany, and they went into France, and this is what made the middle classes become revolutionary. A big part of this is the Rosicrucian movement and the Rosicrucian panic of France, where people thought Rosicrucians were operating in the shadows to overthrow France and this, that, and the other. By the end of it, it becomes simply the revolution goes to small towns in the rural areas of France, tells them the new rules. The revolution has taken Paris, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, okay. Because to them, laws are laws. They live in the ancient Roman, empire kind of setup. But then they're like, okay, but we're also the revolution is now going to take over the Catholic Church and da-da-da. And they said, oh, well, no, you can't do that. That's not allowed. And that's when the revolution then just slaughtered whole sections of France. But it took like many, many years and many, many advocates to actually get this information out. 10 years ago, there were 2 pages on YouTube of videos about the Vendée massacre, where they would tie all the women together after doing terrible things to them, hack at them with swords and throw them in the river so that everybody knew, do not disobey the French Revolution. Eventually, the scene was called the Bloody Scene for this reason. And that's what the French Revolution really comes down to at its essence. They would chop you to pieces. It's not a debate. It's not ideas. This is what revolutions are. This is who revolutionaries are. And a lot of people got to get this understanding. That's why we fucking won, because we knew what kind of people you were, and we beat you fair and square with debate and politics. You should get used to that and cry. because, like the little guy said, we're going to have to crush you and your revolutionary tactics.